You can't register who the voice in your head is until you start thinking about it. Greetings gamers and welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host Connor Monroe and this whole intro is improv. The Sonic movie just came out, and with the end credits scene setting up a sequel, we can only theorize about what's to come next. But what are some of the more prevalent theories? That's what we're exploring with today's list of the top 10 Sonic movie sequel ideas. Spoiler alerts to anyone who hasn't seen the movie, just saying. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, stick around, you know the drill. Now, roll the intro. Starting us off in at number 10, Famous Sonic. At the end of the Sonic movie, everyone knows that Sonic exists. They know that he's a little blue ball of lightning and that crazy Carl was actually really observant Carl. What if, since now that everyone knows him, Sonic is a celebrity, at least in the Green Hill Zone? I'm sorry. The amount of interest this could cause in Sonic's ability would be increased, but I would like to see how he would react to having to go on another adventure when so many people like him. Maybe he wouldn't want to do it, and that would cause him to nope out of the adventure and just stick to the place where everyone is wearing Sonic t-shirts and taking selfies with the devil himself. Maybe they get PewDiePie in, they have him recreate his drawing that sold for 10 million pounds. Or we can finally get the costume kids from both Depressed Sonic and the other Sonic Kid costume. I need that in my life, man. I just want to see how everything goes if Sonic is famous. Maybe it's just our world where there's games, but instead it's just him, and he's real. And at 9, Chaos Emeralds. Not one mention of the Chaos Emeralds was in the first movie, however they were slightly referenced on the map of the different worlds that he got. So they were obviously saving it for another installment, with Sonic reaching a higher potential at the end of the movie than he could at the beginning of the movie, with the scene that made us think he was going to get Supersonic but then didn't because he didn't have the emeralds. The acquisition of the Chaos Emeralds would take Sonic to his limits and be one incredible sight for both Sonic and Tom. The Chaos Emeralds are a staple of the Sonic universe, and not mentioning them in the first movie would be okay. We will be getting more mechanics introduced to the next one from later games, meaning that the Chaos Emeralds could very well make an appearance. How would you feel about the Chaos Emeralds playing a major role in the Sonic sequel? Or what role would you like them to play? Let me know in the comments and let's see if they're popular enough to show up, because if we want them, they're probably gonna happen. Just like the redesign. I'm gonna mention it every time. And at 8, Teen Beach Movie 2. For those of you who were or are fans of the Disney Channel, you may know their movie Teen Beach Movie, which is basically West Side Story mixed with Back to the Future, where two teens get stuck in West Side Story and if they don't get out they're gonna disappear, but they rewrote the movie accidentally so now they have to fix it. At the end however, the characters that were in West Side Story somehow end up in the real world, and while the end credits only showed Tails arriving, what if the other characters we know and love from the series will show up as well? We know that not only Sonic has the magic Dr. Strange rings, but now others have them too, like Tails. So what's to stop Amy or Knuckles from coming over and causing either havoc or making Tom wish he never gave Sonic a room? And at 7, crossover with Hop. Sonic is just Hop 2 or Enchanted 3 and there is nothing you can do to change my mind. Somehow James Marsden is always seen with some form of CGI animal by his side. In Enchanted it was a chipmunk who helped him save the day. In Hop it was the next Easter Bunny, for crying out loud. And in Sonic it's, well, Sonic. My theory is that all these movies take place in the same universe, and after the end of Enchanted, the prince and his girlfriend broke up, but then he changed his name to Fred O'Hare after meeting Sam from Hop, played by Kaylee Cuoco, who shows him how to be a normal guy in our world when he comes back out of the Enchanted Forest looking for his original bride. After learning of what it means to be a regular guy, he thanks his family and leaves, changing his name to Tom Wachowski to try and put this whole Easter Bunny thing behind him. Then he meets his future wife, who he never explains anything to because she will never believe him. And honestly, I wouldn't either. But after the encounter with Sonic, she learns that the universe is bigger than she thought and he can finally explain his real life story. That is what the next movie will be about, or at least I want a reference to it. Like he jokingly says that's his backstory and everyone laughs and walks away. Or like he goes to Sonic's world and then he says that that's his backstory and everyone believes him just cause whatever. Please. And at 6, Shadow. By far the best game in the series, Shadow the Hedgehog is the grittier and cooler version of Sonic, who is already pretty damn cool. Created by Robotnik's grandfather, Shadow witnesses the murder of Maria, his best friend, and swears that he will protect the world from danger. He is an anti-hero, meaning that he has good intentions but will do whatever it takes to accomplish his goals, hence why he is typically going head to head with Sonic. Shadow is unique due to his use of vehicles and guns, which seems pretty dumb for someone with super speed. Like you can run faster than a bullet, so what's the point of shooting one if you can just run up and punch them 10 times harder. No matter what, Shadow became one of the series' most popular characters, even being classified as one of the greatest video game characters of all time by Guinness World Records in 2011. Which is why you should always pick Shadow, he's got a gun. And that would be useful during the Anthropomorphic Animal and Plumber and Toad and Princess Olympics. I realized that if I said it was a good idea to just do it during the Olympics, that would be taken very, very poorly, especially with the Olympics being this year. So, the one that Mario and Sonic go to, that one. Sorry, government. And at 5, Evil Doppelganger. What if, this is highly unlikely but would be super cool, what if we got a Sonic.exe sequel? It's become so popular within not only the Sonic community but the gaming community as a whole, it's deemed by most as the best EXE story of all time, and the best fan-made game by some as well, and it made such a cultural impact that it basically made EXE stories and games popular. Perhaps it wouldn't directly be Sonic.exe, even though as one commenter pointed out in the Sonic Easter eggs video, the name Tom is the name of the Sonic fan from the EXE story. So perhaps it could be laying there right under our noses, just waiting for an evil Sonic to be worked in with those black eyes and red pupils, blood-soaked hands, and a thirst for death of everything around it. How would you feel about Sonic.exe being the next antagonist in the Sonic series? It's definitely not going to happen, but I mean if we all wanted enough to push for it, we could at least get a reference. Maybe more than just a name. Thank you Danny Kenny for letting me know about this in the comments, by the way. I do try to read all the comments, guys. I may not respond to them in videos, but I try to do my best to respond to everyone that I can. And at 4, Infinite Earths. The map that Sonic had of the worlds that were safe to travel to had a few that were undiscovered. However, if the possibility of a few worlds being possible is true, which it clearly is, there is basically an infinite amount of parallel planets for the Sonic movie franchise to explore. Perhaps the next movie will, however outlandish this may be, do a Super Mario Galaxy type thing where they hop around from universe to universe trying to collect all the emeralds or find something else of great importance. Or perhaps they're just finding others to fight in the oncoming crisis of Master Hand, because the Smash Bros universe is going to be a thing, guys. As he was running around the city, he did a pose from Smash Bros. Come on, it's confirmed. I know it, I feel it in my gut, and so help me if it doesn't happen, I won't be happy. We got the first Avengers movie 4 years after the first MCU movie came out, so I'm expecting to see something Smash Bros. Related when 2022 comes rolling around. So let's just get on it and confirm it already. Come on. Please. And at 3, Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic is an evil badnik and Robotnik's deadliest creation. He was built with the sole purpose of killing Sonic and has been repeatedly challenging Sonic and his team. He is extremely accurate with his depiction of Sonic, looking like him, being able to mimic his moves, and even match him or exceed him in his speed. And with it being revealed at the end that Eggman still has Sonic's quill that he used to make his ship capable of keeping up with Sonic, it is entirely plausible that he makes his own version of Sonic who can help him get back to Earth and get off the Mushroom Planet. It is not unlikely, and it would give the studio a way to bring back both Eggman but also set up the next antagonist, or rather next sub-antagonist, instead of the secondary antagonist being Tom's wife's sister, who's still tied up in her living room. And at 2, Tails. Maybe Tails has some news about the potential new threat that is arising on Earth. I mean, he does say in the end credit scene that he hopes he isn't too late. And why would he do that unless someone was coming for Sonic? He could have info about the enemies potentially coming, like the ones who came after Baby Sonic at the beginning. He did have the rings after all, so they could have them too, but maybe they won't be staying. This could all relate to another theory I saw. And at number 1, back to the homeworld. The Easter eggs, movie opening, and post-credit sequence all point to the sequel potentially being held on Sonic's world. The post-credit scene has Tails arriving in our world looking for someone who we were all assuming is Sonic, but what could this mean? Maybe Tails was trying to bring Sonic home to help deal with another problem that has been going on in their homeworld. I mean, it would make sense. It's been years since the incident at the beginning of the movie, and while they will still want Sonic's speed, he's older now and more capable of defending himself and controlling his powers, thanks to the tricks he learned in this movie. So he could just return home to save everyone. And getting introduced to Knuckles maybe could be the way to go, since my girlfriend pointed out that the creatures after Baby Sonic at the beginning of the movie look an awful lot like Knuckles would. So maybe there is more truth to this theory than we know. There we have it, friends, the top 10 Sonic movie sequel ideas. What did you think of this list, and are there any ideas that you have for yourself? Let me know below, and while you do that, be sure you hit like and subscribe for daily gaming content and ring that bell to join the clan and level up. Level up. Level up, guys. You know what? Leave it in. Leave it in. Level up. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been in Showerman Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video. Level up. Level Epstein didn't kill himself. But according to that end credit scene, we will be seeing more, or what will after meeting Sam from Hop, or making Tom wish he never gave created by Robotnik's grandfather Sonic. It's Shadow, not Sonic. Created by Robotnik's grandfather Shadow chugged like 5 cups of coffee and still don't feel anything. If we're out. Bonus content because I had a short intro. Okay. Gotta go fast, script, hurry up.